work, deadline tomorrow, your screen is chaos. Too many tabs, too many problems, and you know exactly who could help you. But you don't ask. Because what if they think, wait, you don't know how to do this? What if you sound weak, lost, unprofessional? So instead, you stay quiet, you pretend you're working on it. And for the next 3 hours, you struggle alone. And here's the part most people get wrong. Staying silent doesn't make you look more capable. It just makes the problem last longer. In the next few minutes, you'll know exactly what to say to ask for help in English, naturally, professionally, and without sounding weak, needy, or incompetent. Hi, I'm Claire. Welcome to English Without Apology, where we help you speak English with confidence in real-life situations.
And I'm Jake. Claire, I need to confess something.
That tone already sounds suspicious.
Yeah, it's bad. Last Wednesday, I spent 4 hours trying to fix one spreadsheet formula.
4 hours?
4 painful, deeply unnecessary hours?
What was wrong with it?
I still don't know. And my colleague Tom walked by 3 times. He's incredible with Excel.
So why didn't you ask him?
Because I thought he'd think I was incompetent. So instead, I used my emergency strategy,
Which is?
clicking random buttons and hoping one of them had mercy on me.
The random button method.
A method with no dignity and no results.
Jake, that is painfully relatable.
Really? Because I always feel like asking for help makes me look less capable.
That's exactly what so many people think. But here's the truth. Asking for help doesn't make you look incompetent. Struggling in silence for 4 hours does.
Oof. That was uncomfortably accurate.
Good, then you'll remember it.
Okay, so how do I ask without sounding helpless?
I'm going to teach you 3 professional ways.
Please do. I clearly need intervention.
Phrase number 1, could you help me with this report? I'm stuck on the data analysis part.
That's actually much simpler than I expected.
Exactly. And simple is good. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to sound too careful and ending up too vague.
Right. So instead of saying something like, I need help, I say exactly where I'm stuck.
Exactly. Compare these two. Weak version, I need help. Better version, could you help me with this report? I'm stuck on the data analysis part.
Yeah, that sounds way more capable.
Exactly. Because you're showing 2 things. First, you've already tried. Second, you understand the actual problem.
So I'm not just handing them a mess.
Exactly. You're not saying, please save me. You're saying, help me move this forward.
Okay, I like that. Could you help me with this report? I'm stuck on the data analysis part.
Perfect.
Yeah, that actually feels easy to say.
And yes, this works beautifully in writing too. Could you help me with the budget spreadsheet? I'm stuck on the formulas.
Oh, that's useful. I would absolutely use that in an email.
Good, because phrase 2 is even smoother. Phrase number 2, I'd really appreciate your help with this project timeline. Do you have a few minutes?
Ah, okay. This one sounds more polished.
Exactly. This is what you use when you want to sound especially respectful of someone's time.
So this is very good for work.
Very good for work because professional English is often less about sounding impressive and more about sounding considerate.
That's good. I'm stealing that line.
Please do.
I'd really appreciate your help with this project timeline. Do you have a few minutes?
Excellent.
Yeah, that sounds respectful without sounding stiff.
Exactly. And there's another benefit. You're giving the other person space to say yes comfortably.
Right. I'm not just dropping the problem on them.
Exactly. You're not cornering them. You're inviting them.
Okay, but what if they say they're too busy?
Great question. Then you say, no problem. When would be a better time?
Oh, that's really good. So I'm not getting rejected. I'm just moving the conversation.
Exactly. That is calm, mature, professional English.
I like this one a lot.
Good. Because phrase 3 is where you sound especially sharp. Phrase number 3. I'm having trouble with this coding issue. Could you point me in the right direction?
Ooh, okay. This one feels smarter somehow.
It is smarter, and it's one of the best phrases you can use in a professional setting.
Why?
Because you're not asking someone to solve the whole thing for you. You're asking for direction, and that difference matters a lot.
So this sounds more independent.
Exactly. It says, I'm trying. I'm thinking. I just need a little guidance.
Yeah, I really like that. I'm having trouble with this coding issue. Could you point me in the right direction?
Perfect.
That sounds so much better than, can you fix this for me?
Exactly. Compare the two. Weak version, can you do this for me? Better version, could you point me in the right direction?
One sounds dependent. The other sounds capable.
Exactly. And remember this. The smartest people in the room are usually not the ones pretending to know everything. They're the ones asking the best questions.
That one is absolutely going in my brain forever.
Let me tell you what happened to me last year.
Okay,
I was preparing a workshop for 200 teachers, and my desk was chaos. Sticky notes everywhere, browser tabs everywhere, papers everywhere. I was trying to manage the tech setup, the materials, the timing, the room layout, everything at once. And I kept telling myself, you should be able to handle this alone.
that sentence is dangerous.
Extremely dangerous because it sounds responsible, but it often leads straight to overwhelm. On the outside, I looked calm. On the inside, I was spiraling.
So what did you do?
I finally went to my colleague, Marco, and I said, I'd really appreciate your help with this workshop setup. Do you have a few minutes?
Phrase 2.
Exactly. And he smiled and said, of course, I've done these before. Let me show you the checklist I use. In 15 minutes, he helped me organize everything. And the workshop went smoothly.
Wow. So all that stress ended because you asked one clear question.
Exactly. Asking for help didn't make me less professional. It made the result better.
Okay, now I need to finish my spreadsheet story.
Please do.
So Tom walked by 3 times, and every single time I acted like I was almost done. At one point, I actually angled my screen away from him.
Protecting your spreadsheet pride.
Exactly. But then I finally asked.
What did you say?
I used phrase 1. Could you help me with this spreadsheet? I'm stuck on the formulas.
Perfect.
And Tom said, Sure, I love Excel formulas. Let me show you a trick. He fixed it in 5 minutes.
5 minutes instead of 4 hours of strategic suffering?
That is exactly what it was. But the weirdest part? He genuinely seemed happy to help.
Because clear, respectful requests are easy to say yes to. Okay, Jake, let's practice. You're at work, you're behind on a deadline. I'm your colleague. Ask me for help.
Okay. Hey Claire, could you help me with this project timeline? I'm stuck on prioritizing the tasks.
Of course. Let me take a look. What's your biggest concern?
I'm not sure which tasks are most urgent.
Okay. Which ones have dependencies?
Task A and Task C?
Then those should come first. The rest can happen in parallel.
Oh, okay. That helps immediately. Thank you.
Perfect. And notice what happened there. You didn't say everything is a mess and I don't know what to do. You said I'm stuck on prioritizing the tasks.
Right. That's much easier to help with.
Exactly. The more specific your problem is, the faster someone can help you solve it.
That's actually a really useful rule for life.
Jake, how do you feel about asking for help now?
Honestly, better. It doesn't feel embarrassing anymore. It just feels like a skill.
Exactly. Let's review. Phrase 1,
Could you help me with this? I'm stuck on direct, clear, specific.
phrase 2,
I'd really appreciate your help. Do you have a few minutes? Polite, respectful, professional.
phrase 3,
I'm having trouble with this. Could you point me in the right direction? Independent, capable, smart.
and the big lesson?
Asking for help is not weakness. Staying stuck in silence is not strength.
That's very good.
Thank you. I plan to pretend I invented it.
Absolutely not. So here's your challenge. Think of one thing you've been struggling with lately, at work, in your studies, or in a personal project.
And in the next 24 hours, ask someone for help using one of today's phrases.
Then come back and tell us what happened. Did they say yes right away? Which phrase felt most natural for you?
We genuinely love hearing your stories.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. We release new episodes every week.
Next episode, we're teaching you how to give feedback in English without hurting anyone's feelings.
Very useful skill. You won't want to miss it.
Thanks so much for being here today.
We really appreciate you.
Talk to you next time.
Bye!